Hi Ron, thanks for your video. I enjoyed hearing the similarities of Virginia and the Ohio Board of Counselors. So your biggest thing that you saw among the cases was dual relationship, which reflects what I encountered, which I called it pushing the boundaries, but that is the same as dual relationship. I can't think of any dual relationship between a counselor and a client where it wouldn't be also considered pushing the boundaries. I did find it interesting, your board mentioned a lot about bounce checks. I do think that's probably the same with any counseling board, as it's reflecting a counselor who's not taking that responsibility for themselves. So I agree that they shouldn't get their license until that's taken care of. You also mentioned that stress can lead to burnout and impairment. Totally agree with that. You're not able to help a client if you're totally burnt out. You need to take measures to help that. I did find it interesting that you called compassion fatigue what it is. I don't think I've ever heard it called that, but I know the idea of it, but I really love giving it a word like that. And one of your questions was to ask our thoughts about compassion fatigue. And before I share my own, I did look up, there is a book called Compassion Fatigue written by Dr. Charles Figley in 1995, and the ebook that I got to read was published in 2013. But he mentioned on page 246 that secondary traumatization, which is compassion fatigue, can be just as powerful as primary trauma, which makes perfect sense, especially with the number of clients and their traumas. You've got all this trauma onto you, so it's not just one person. And then page 205, he provided a table of different ways that you can change various factors of parts of your life that will support self-care and may aid you with compassion fatigue syndrome. So he covered areas like your personal, professional, psychological, societal, and work settings, all those areas, how they can help. So my own personal opinion on compassion fatigue is, first and foremost, as a counselor, as we've learned so far, it's not our job to fix. We're here to help. We're just here to listen, and that's how we're helping. We're not fixing their problems, making them our own. And as a Christian standpoint, my burdens all go to Jesus. Whether it's my burdens or my client's burdens, I know it's not up to me to hold that weight. So that's number one for me. But I like that you mentioned set time to relax, find relaxing activities, and that looks different for everybody. So reaching out to other people and finding out what do they do to relax may not always work for you, but it will give you ideas, and an idea can lead to another, and of course God's going to lead to what is relaxing to you. If he led you to be a counselor, he's going to lead you to relax while you're a counselor. So thanks for your video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your few weeks of class.